welcome back.
Welcome back to
Sick.
See you next Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Happy Tuesday. I mean, honestly, today basically is Tuesday. It is, in fact, Monday.
It might as well be Tuesday since it's Monday.
Yeah, it's actually the day before this comes out. So, fresh off the presses.
Yes, truly. And we're coming here on a Monday afternoon to give our incredible opinions.
The only opinions you need to hear.
So true. About a movie that just came out on Thursday.
And what is that movie about?
That movie is called Abigail Breslin.
I wish. Bring her back to cinema. I'm so serious. I watched her on Christy Carlson Romano's podcast and I said, get her back on the big screen.
Get her back in cinema. Get her back in the recording studio. We need more music.
I need to know who sucks right now. My finger's been off the pulse since 5 seconds of Summer Sucked.
No, but we did go and see the movie Abigail.
We did.
It just came out.
Yeah.
Came out on Thursday.
I saw it on Friday. You saw it on Thursday.
I saw it on Thursday. And it's the new movie.
So
horror
true.
Movie. Yep, it's a new movie. It's a horror movie. And I'm pretty sure the people who made it are the guys who made Ready or Not, correct?
Okay, that makes a lot of sense because every single
very
goddamn
similar.
Letterboxd review was like, Ready or Not is so back. And I was like, okay, why is every single review referencing Ready or Not? But that makes a lot of sense.
I think it's the guys who created Ready or Not. And it makes a lot of sense because they're very similar.
For sure. Yeah. I
their
understood
gore.
the Letterboxd reviews because I was like, yeah, okay, I see the comparison.
Mm-hmm.
But that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. But do you want to give us a little plot rundown or would you prefer me to?
Jesus.
I would gladly do it if you don't want to.
I would actually be so passionate about you doing it. And
Oh
then
my God.
I'll perhaps jump in.
Yes. I love when you're passionate about things, so I will gladly do it.
Thank you so much.
But no, so Abigail is set in modern day.
Amen.
And it is about a group of
Criminals.
Thank you. That's a good word.
Yeah.
Who do not know each other, but they've all been hired by this one man to essentially kidnap the daughter of a really wealthy man,
For
take her
ransom.
to a house for ransom to get money from her father.
Yeah.
Little do they know, there's a lot of twists and turns in this movie.
There's
like
a bunch. Yeah. There's one that I
and-
actually didn't pick up on until I read the Wikipedia synopsis. I can't lie.
I'm gonna need you to tell me which one that is.
I will.
Let me finish.
Yeah,
this,
I'm
and
gonna
then
hold
you
my
tell
little
me that.
horses.
So they take this little girl to the house in like the middle of nowhere. They give up their phones,
Yep.
and they're essentially locked in this house for 24 hours.
And it's on paper an easy job. After they've kidnapped her, all they have to really do is just like babysit anonymously for like, let's say 24 hours until her dad coughs up the cash.
Yeah. But little do they know, the daughter is in fact
A vampire.
a vampire.
She's undead.
She's undead. Well, is she undead or is she just immortal?
I feel like didn't her father like actively turn her in a room? In the ballroom, she was like, "This is where my father turned me."
Yeah,
so I
but,
think
like,
she's a vampy.
True. I guess in my head I was like, are vampires technically undead or
They're
are
undead.
they just
They're undead.
immortal?
Because to make a vampire, you have to kill them first and then do the whole blood thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, valid.
Yeah.
So she,
I know Buffy.
she's a vampy. And should I give like more of the twists and turns away?
Yeah. Look, we're going to. We're going to. This is not a spoiler-free podcast.
You're so right. Everyone
Yeah.
who's listening has seen it.
Exactly. You've had days now.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
But so she is there to essentially, she actually brought them all to kill them
Yeah.
for fun because she gets joy out of it because of the way that they all screwed over her family at one point in time.
Yes.
And they all have different reasons for doing it. And it's sort of like your typical horror movie with like the final girl and sort of like the different tropes of characters. And I mean, that's essentially just like sort of the brief plot of the movie.
That feels like a pretty good rundown.
Yeah, and they're just all trying to like survive the night while also sort of like deal with each other because they're all big personalities that don't quite mesh well.
So that's just like really on paper a little plot for disaster. We're set up for some crazy twists and turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. And I think what I like with what I had just mentioned at the end there is what I think I loved most about this movie was I thought the characters were written so well.
I agree. For sure.
Like they were all very complex and they all together with their different types of personalities, their dynamics were written incredibly well.
I agree. And like at the beginning when Melissa Barrera, who plays, she's like the main of the criminals.
She's our final girl.
She's our final girl, and she's also like the kind of the eyes through which we see most of the stuff that happens in the film. She kind of like does a read on everyone, and at first it seems like they're all like quite archetypical, but I would say that they kind of like start with that and then get fleshed out more and more.
Yeah, and I just thought it was the way that each character interacts with each other was so interesting to me and so specific, and it was just really well done, which is something you don't really see very often in horror movies.
No, I was gonna say I feel like it's kind of unnecessary for horror movies, but shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't be. This was like, I feel like this was like really, really well created universe.
I agree.
And that's what I really loved about it, because it sort of was like the whole time you're really sitting there thinking, who's the real villain?
Very true.
Because there's like moments where like almost every single character sort of has that moment where they might be like the bad guy.
I thought that Melissa was pretty stand up for most of it until at one point when Abigail was like, you left your son. I was like, whoa, whoa. I can't trust anyone in this room.
Yes. And then same with like, huge spoiler, but sort of towards the end, there's the two mains are Dan Stevens' character and Melissa Barrera's, and those two are basically like head to head throughout since the beginning, because like in the beginning she sort of stops him from punching the child, and he's like, if you touch me again, I'm gonna like, and so
for sure, they're kind of taking good cop bad cop approach with babysitting the kid. Melissa's like trying to mother her, basically being like, I'm not gonna let anyone hurt you, and then Dan Stevens is the one trying to hurt her.
And that sort of, from the get-go, causes this huge conflict between them, even though they're supposed to be working together to survive the night, essentially.
Exactly. So look, if this were real life, I'd say cut it out, actually. Just like work together, put your heads down and get the job done.
Hours,
because we don't need a civil war in addition to the war going on, you guys. Yeah.
Which then brings it towards the end when he ends up being turned into a vampire and turns on everyone.
Yep.
Including Melissa Barrera, and Abigail and Melissa Barrera's character end up having to work together to defeat him. So it's so interesting how everybody's sort of power shifts at times and their dynamics with each other
are quite fluid.
Yes.
Dynamic.
That was my favorite part of the movie in terms of like what. But then there's so many other characters.
There's so many characters. We've got Katherine Newton.
We've got Katherine Newton.
We've got Scream Queen Katherine Newton.
She's on her game this year.
She is. I also love Katherine Newton.
I love Katherine Newton.
And I don't know if I always have. I'm not going to lie.
I have. I'm sorry. I have.
I have since 2019. But pre-2019, actually kidding, I liked her in Blockers. But like some other things, I think 3 Billboards, she's not great. And that's okay. Because she was very young. She's just starting out. But I think like that era when she was getting that and Big Little Lies, I was like, this girl came out of nowhere and she's in like 2 of the biggest, most critically acclaimed things. I wasn't totally on board. 2019, I got on board. The Society, Detective Pikachu, I was on board.
Yeah. No, I love Katherine Newton.
Me too. Lisa Frankenstein slaughters. She kills.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
So
her year, she's had quite a year this year.
2024 is the Katherine Newton Renaissance.
And she's so young.
She is.
I love.
How old is she? 26?
I believe she's a year. Yeah. February. She just turned 27.
Oh, oldie. So she's older than you.
She's older than me.
I didn't think that was possible. One foot in the grave, baby.
I know, my God.
But she also has such a fun little social media presence.
She does.
Her TikToks promoting this movie was so fun.
She's so funny in general, I feel like, as a person.
I absolutely agree. She's also friends with everyone on the planet. I'll see her in the comment section of every single celebrity.
Maybe
and I'm
she's
like,
like
how do you
us
know?
and just trying to be friends with everybody.
She could be clout chasing, in which case power to her.
Yeah.
She's so us.
But she kills in this movie. She's
does.
so funny.
Yeah.
Love her character.
Me too.
She sort of plays an airhead that...
Yeah, like privileged, comes from money.
Kind of just in her rebellious era, I guess you'd say.
In her rebellious era, she's like a little tech girly, right?
Yes, she is.
Yeah. I also said at some points her character or like characterization was kind of giving like Harley Quinn vibes.
Yeah, even just like look wise, it kind of was it was in the Harley Quinn realm.
I'd love to see that.
That'd be pretty iconic. I mean,
Yeah.
Margot's kind of got that locked down too, though. So
I guess.
I don't know.
I did hate Margot's movie, but that's okay. I know you didn't.
Which one?
Birds of Prey.
Okay, I love Birds of Prey. And
I know you
she's
do.
phenomenal in both the Suicide Squad movies as Harley Quinn, despite those movies not being the best.
Yes. My hot take is I didn't mind Suicide Squad.
And it's like, I liked the Suicide Squad. I didn't like Suicide Squad.
I am perhaps the opposite, which is crazy. I know.
Yeah, the new one I really liked.
Mm-hmm. But also, I think she kills it.
I was gonna say it's not so much the movies; it's her as Harley Quinn kills.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
But then there's also we've got Will Catlett in it, who he has not done very much.
Wait, who did he play?
He played Rickles.
Which one's that? I swear I saw it.
He was the one that sort of had a weird thing with Melissa Barrera.
Okay, yeah. Was murdered, correct?
Yes.
In the hallway.
Yes.
While Melissa was behind him.
Yeah, he has not done a ton of work. He's sort of up and coming.
Okay.
He's been working since 2012, but he only has like 10 credits to his name.
Gotcha. The long slog, but he's on the big screen.
Yeah,
he's
working his way up. He was in it. We've also got Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
As the like beefy guy that has a cool relationship with Katherine Newton's character.
Yeah. He was funny.
Angus Cloud.
The late Angus Cloud. Who also is first to die in the movie.
I know.
When he was, in fact, beheaded, I was like, oh.
I know. Okay, so he passed in July of 2023.
Yes. When was this movie filmed?
Absolutely crazy. That was during production.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that why they killed him?
No, actually.
Okay, good.
He had already just filmed everything.
Okay. Because, this movie was dedicated to him at the end.
Yeah, but he had filmed everything, but he did end up, in real life, passing in the middle of production.
That's so sad.
Yeah. But that's only because of the strike, because they were in production in the middle of the strike.
Thought you meant he passed because of the strike. But no. That that makes sense. That is why they were in production.
Yeah. And then the last person that we have mainly is Alicia.
Oh,
Weir.
Alicia Weir. Where? I don't know how to say it.
I feel like it's Weir. I couldn't.
My instinct is Weir.
She's having quite a year too.
She's having quite a year, quite a couple of years.
Entrance, I guess. Yeah.
She's insane.
Yeah.
She's what, 12? 11?
She currently is 14.
Oh, okay. She's a woman. That's fine.
Yeah, she was born in 2009.
I take it back. I'm not remotely impressed.
She's almost 15.
She's born in 2009.
Yeah.
I was in year 5. That's disgusting. I could literally be a mother.
But so she made her. She was 11 when she was cast as Matilda.
I did know that. Have you seen the video where she gets the call and finds out that she's Matilda?
Yes,
it's so cute.
And then to follow up, she was in Wicked Little Letters,
is
in theaters currently here in the U.S. at least.
Kills, really good.
And then she got the freaking titular character in this one as well.
Yeah. Wait, she has 2 movies named after her.
She really does.
Matilda, Abigail,
Wicked Little Letters.
She plays Wicked.
She plays the Little Letters.
She's the little in Little Letters.
But yeah, she's had quite a success.
And she's also Irish. I learned that she was Irish in Wicked Little Letters. I had no idea in Matilda.
Yes, she's Irish.
So queen of accents.
I know, for how young she
age.
is.
That's
crazy. It's
so
funny because we just did the Olivia Rodrigo episode, and in my head I was thinking about how we're talking
the French
shit
girl,
and how I'm trying to like make an excuse for this like young girl who's horrible at a French accent.
Horrendous.
But then we have this girl.
We have Alicia Weir from Ireland.
Yeah, who did? She was English in Matilda. No,
she was very English in Matilda.
Yeah. And then American in Abigail.
In Wicked Little Letters, and then American in Abigail.
So, like, the French girl needs to step
up your game, babe. No, I think my first thing was, like, give the girl an Oscar. Like, she's so good.
I love her so much. I love her too.
I love a child actor with an accent.
I know. I love a child actor who can act.
Me too.
They're hard to come by.
They're few and far between, unfortunately. Europe's doing something right.
I'm glad they got her, though. I'm glad they found her.
I love her. I want to see her in more.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what let's see if she has anything coming up. I feel like
she probably does.
I don't remember seeing anything. I was looking.
I'll make her a project. If she's looking for work, I'll write something.
I'm writing it right now.
I'll play her mom.
She's so young. It's crazy. Yeah. She actually does not have anything up.
What the hell?
That is like announced yet. So she's only 4'10".
Wait, ew. I was 5'6.5" at 11, so can't relate. But Alisha, come on the pod.
Yeah. Oh my God, we would literally love to have you.
We would love to have you, babe. But no, she's so good.
Yeah, she kills.
Literally.
And then what was I going to say? She is also just like this is such a huge, like, I'm trying to literally think of the word, like, the character she's playing is so interesting.
Very interesting. Requires, honestly, a lot of range, which, again, you don't necessarily see in horror movies, but, like, she has to start out. At first, we're not aware that she's undead. She's just, like, a naive little girl who you're supposed to feel sorry for. She has to elicit sympathy from both Melissa and the viewers at home. And then she takes a turn. She's a little manipulator.
Yeah.
So she's got a crazy inner life.
And then she
That's
takes
a lot
another
for an
turn
11-year-old.
again, and she's sympathetic.
Exactly. So what an arc on that girl.
And also in terms of like the twists and turns that this movie takes, I would like to throw a shot at Jordan Peele.
Okay.
Every single turn and twist was set up. Like,
yeah, Chekhov's gone. It was there.
They really like there is a reason that Abigail became sympathetic towards Melissa Barrera's character in the end.
Absolutely, because the foundation was there. Melissa was nice to her at the beginning and was supporting her.
Yeah, they really set it up so like these twists didn't feel like, well, then why the hell is she being so nice to her all of a sudden?
Exactly. We also learned, like, at the beginning, Abigail was talking about her dad and saying that her dad's like never actually there for her, so it makes sense. She has got like a lack of a parental figure. Melissa's right there. She's a mother without a kid. There's a kid without a parent. Match made in heaven. So for sure, the foundations were set early on.
Jordan Peele needs to take some notes.
Jordan, I'm sure you're watching.
We know you're watching.
Get out your notepad. Start
please,
jotting.
When you write a twist, set it up. Because you've never done that before in your life.
Is there any particular movie you'd like to call out?
Us. Because that literally comes from nowhere and it irritates me so much.
That's fair. But Lupita's intense little eyes really sold it.
And Lupita slaughters. But Lupita's good in everything she's ever done.
That's very true. But I enjoyed that movie for her.
Yeah. No, same. Like, I didn't hate the movie.
I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
I hated the ending because it meant nothing.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize the ending meant nothing until you pointed it out because I was so captivated by Lupita.
Yeah, that's
like
valid.
Several years later, it came out in 2019. In 2022, you were talking to me about it on an escalator at AMC on August 5th. And
is that true?
It changed my. August 5th happened and it blew my world open.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was when we saw Minions Rise of Gru.
Oh my god, remember when you were shocked that you were getting ID'd to see Puss in Boots The Last Wish, and then it turned out that it was just because you were AMC+.
I was on the AMC A-list. I was like, you don't think I look 13 years old? What? I need to go see the PG movie Puss in Boots The Last Wish.
You need a parent.
Oh my god. Honestly, a scary film.
That movie's so good.
Oh, incredible. We actually shouted it out last week, so this might be a
did
Puss
we
in
really?
Yes.
Oh, the guy was in Puss in Boots, yes.
So this might be a Puss in Boots The Last Wish appreciation podcast.
Yeah, it's going to turn into that.
Yeah.
But I also really loved the sort of like, I feel like the guys who are making these movies, This and Ready or Not, are getting that signature of like blood and gore.
Heaps of blood. I also thought that in Immaculate, different creators, but tons of blood.
Yeah, the deaths for like Katherine Newton and Dan Stevens were iconic, incredible.
100%. Gory and campy.
Just sick, like so cool.
Sick.
Like sick. See you next Tuesday. And it's very similar in Ready or Not, like when the end when it's she wins. Yeah. And they all explode. I was like, this is just like the same.
For sure. I agree.
So they're getting a little signature. They're going to be some big filmmaker boys.
Uh-huh. Oh, he also loves some accented girlies. He loves some foreigners.
Oh, like to hire?
Yeah. Samara.
Because of Samara
and Alisha.
And then Alisha now.
And Dan Stevens.
Dan Stevens, yeah.
Okay, also Dan Stevens' accent was crazy.
I don't even really remember it.
He sounded like Bugs Bunny.
He did have a very, but I feel like that's like the campiness
clocked it halfway
of it.
through. Oh no, not derogatory. I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But I also didn't clock it till halfway through. I was like, wait, are you from New York?
I feel like in my head he's just like this weird animated like cartoony guy.
For sure. So Bugs Bunny I guess works.
Yeah, no, it works totally.
I think that was one of my notes that I haven't looked at.
That he's Bugs Bunny?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that totally works. And like, I feel like in terms of comedy for this movie, they killed on like the like teetering of like genuine humor and then like camp.
For sure. Yeah. I was also that's another thing in general, just like tonally about this movie. It knew what it was.
Yes.
It wasn't trying to be anything it wasn't.
Yes. Yes. It really was not trying to, it did not take itself too seriously, but it also didn't say like this is a straight out comedy. Like,
it wasn't like schlocky and stupid.
Yeah.
It had a lot of fun, but it didn't get like silly derogatory.
And that's where I think like the screenwriters really slaughtered again. Like the guys who wrote this movie,
they know how to toe that line really well.
They are professionals.
They know how to do their job. They should actually, someone should hire them.
Write some more movies.
They should write a film. I agree.
No, literally, I agree.
Because I'm new to the horror genre. You're definitely not. You're a seasoned pro. I'm still dipping my toes in the water. But I don't like, on the whole, unless it's done insanely well, I don't like a horror movie that takes itself too seriously. A psychological thriller is a different kettle of fish. But like, horror movies can often be stupid. It's
so difficult because sometimes the horror movies that take themselves so seriously are camp.
That is also true.
So.
Yeah. But I feel like that's like an in retrospect thing.
Yes. But I'm not sure about that because I feel like if I'm going to go and watch like a really bad horror movie that very clearly thought they were doing something, I'm going to be like, that was camp.
That's true. I mean, that is the definition of camp. Trying to aim for something very genuinely and earnestly and completely missing the mark.
Yeah. So, I don't know. So
I like that. They're like, it's more so like, a mid movie where they're like,
Yeah.
we're really dedicated to the craft, we're taking ourselves really seriously, and then it just falls short and it's boring.
Yeah, there's like those
And no one can
middle
act.
ground. I was gonna say sometimes like even if it's like a really, there's just like really really bad movies, and it doesn't matter what genre it is. And I think there's a lot of horror movies that fall into that realm too.
Yeah.
Because I mean, some of the remakes are bad, like
Yeah.
the Friday the 13th remake. It's
The 2009 one?
Yeah, I hate it. I can't. Or that one movie that we watched. Did we watch it? Shrooms? Did we watch?
Oh, we
Shrooms
absolutely
together?
did watch Shrooms.
Yeah, that movie sucked.
Yeah, that's like totally the kind of thing that I mean, where I'm like, you're not even having fun and being
Yeah.
silly, but like your movie's absurd.
Or Black Rock or whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah. Wait, not the Australian one, the other one.
Not the Australian one, the Lake Bell one.
Yeah. 100%, I totally agree. Is that the one that was written by Duplass?
Oh my God, was it? I just remember
Or the
they were
Duplass's
taking,
wife?
They were doing so much work in like the like sexually assaulting.
Yes,
realm
it was
that
written
I
by Mark
like,
Duplass's wife.
Was it really?
Yeah, the one who was in it who's not very good at acting.
Oh, you're so right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like big names and then this random girl.
And the Duplass, well, I mean, I don't know about his wife, but like Mark Duplass, the Duplass brothers, they often do stuff that has a sense of humor, but this didn't. It took itself
Yeah.
very seriously and it was so mid.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing.
I understand what you mean by that.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like that's with like every genre. You know, you've got.
I agree, but I think it's
Bad.
more embarrassing if it's horror and it takes itself seriously. I don't know.
I feel like it's more accepting if it's horror and it takes itself seriously.
All right.
Because I feel like horror is sort of more of like a reach, and it's a lot harder to make a good horror movie than it is to make like a drama.
I agree.
But
Yes. But that's why I'm like, because you're doing such like silly stuff, I guess commendable for committing to the bit, but because like you're being silly and just ignoring the fact that like some of the stuff you're doing is silly, if you don't do it really well, it looks bad.
that's why it's like, I guess the good horror movies that aren't campy but are like good horror is like, is it just not silly? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm also not
'cause
experienced enough in the genre.
I'm also sitting here thinking like, what horror movies do I love? And they're all pretty
Scream.
campy.
Yeah. They all like have a bit of fun. They don't
'Cause, like,
need to like
Scream
be completely.
fully is making fun of
Absolutely, that's
itself.
party. I love Scream.
But then there's like The Ring and like I Know What You Did Last Summer,
Yeah.
and like they're definitely taking themselves seriously, but
But they're having fun.
definitely yeah.
And like
So, I
have a
don't
bit
know.
of fun. Not be self-aware of the fact that everyone's screaming and covering themselves in blood and there's like a killer running
Yeah.
around. Like that's kind of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. This movie did it well though. They knew what they were doing.
It did, absolutely.
And I
Completely agree.
do need to point out, I think it was Dan Stevens' character that called himself a silly Billy.
Oh, wait, did he?
Yes.
Oh.
Which nobody else is gonna get it. Annabelle's lover.
He's in frame right now, actually.
His name is Billy.
Yeah.
And I
shout
constantly
out.
say silly Billy.
Silly
whenever
Billy.
I'm
Well, he
around
is such a
him.
silly little boy.
So the minute he said that, I'm pretty sure it was Dan Stevens' character. I was like, whoa,
Whoa. Billy's in the film?
he's getting
Debut.
a shout out.
That's so nice of Dan.
Yeah.
I love that.
And also there is a continuity error that I noticed
Tell me.
in terms of like the lore
Okay.
of vampires. So
Oh,
when
the pulse?
Oh, no, that wasn't even crossing my mind. But
That
like
was
about
in my
how,
notes. At
about
one
how
point,
Melissa
Melissa like
Barrera's-
feels for her pulse and is like, "Oh, her pulse is so faint." And I'm like, "Yeah, she's dead. It should be faint."
That's true, but maybe vampires have a pulse in this.
Weird. I don't know.
world.
But what was
But
yours?
no, the one I noticed was when Katherine Newton gets turned
Yeah.
into a vampire. She just turns. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it just sort of happens. But when Dan Stevens turns, he like upchucks all of his blood. Mm-hmm. And why didn't Katherine Newton do that?
That's true, actually. Right, so there was inconsistency within this realm of vampire rules, is your
okay
thing.
I have a question about vampire rules.
Yeah, let's talk about
regarding your pulse thing.
Yes.
But they have a heart.
But it doesn't
you drive a stake into their heart.
Yeah, and once you drive the stake into the, like, it's done. They have a heart that's not beating.
But then what's the point of the heart then? And why does that kill a vampire?
That I don't know. But I know that they don't have pulses. They're cold to the touch. But like, there's no blood running through their veins. There's no pulse.
We're creating a world. Like, the vampire lore changes
are real
throughout.
bad.
Like, Twilight, they sparkle. They don't always sparkle.
I don't accept that in the canon, quite
That's what
frankly.
I'm saying. Like, everybody creates their own rules when it comes to vampires.
That's true. I mean, yeah, in the Vampire Diaries, they can see their reflection.
Yeah. So, like, the pulse thing is going to be, like, in this world, maybe they do. Because,
it's fine.
Like, but my whole thing was, like, because why does Katherine Newton not throw up all of her blood? Because that's what they're supposed to. Vampires aren't supposed to have blood in their system until they drink it. And so why is she not getting rid of all of her blood after she turned, but Dan Stevens is? That's the only thing. I was like, that's not, they don't really.
Did she do it off camera?
Maybe.
Did she go to the bathroom?
We sort of saw her transformation.
We did. So I don't know. That is a good, I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah. Just kind of crossed my mind. But Melissa Barrera, let's talk about her.
Let's talk about Melissa.
Thoughts, feelings, opinions?
She was good.
That's such a disappointing answer.
What was your answer?
She's hot as hell.
Oh, okay, yeah. But we knew that, Ben. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't love her hair.
I kind of liked her hair.
Okay.
It was
People on Letterboxd said that they liked her hair better covered in blood.
When it was just like matted down on her face.
Like the wet look, I guess.
Yeah, she's going for like the Kim K look or something.
Yeah, maybe. A little slick.
I thought, but it's Melissa Barrera. Like,
she's always going to be hot.
Worst, she's still a 10.
For sure.
So, also, she's such a final girl. Like, she's a scream queen too.
She is such a final girl. I'm here for her. Especially since she's been snubbed by Scream. I'm saying let's make her a scream queen in other movies.
I'm really here for her, and I will support anything she does after the whole Scream incident.
For sure. Melissa Barrera is someone we kind of had a Sydney Sweeney turn.
We did
as well.
Pre-podcast, we had a Sydney Sweeney turn with Melissa Barrera.
Yeah.
What changed it? Was it Carmen?
Paul. Her and Paul. What was
Carmen,
that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, Carmen.
Yeah.
For sure. Literally in that movie, we said we love Melissa Barrera.
She wasn't made for the role in the Heights.
She's not good in the Heights. We can all talk about it.
She wasn't made for it.
No. She's not good in the first Scream she's in.
She's great in the second Scream.
She's great in the second Scream.
Yeah. Like, she's actually great. And then she's phenomenal in Carmen.
Yeah. What a sexy film.
Like, what a sexy film. Her and Paul, both
insane.
Stellar.
Yeah.
So.
But that's really what changed it for us.
I was going to say, we saw that. We were sort of just like.
We walked in scared.
Yeah. Because we were like, oh, Melissa Barrera from Scream and In the Heights.
Yeah.
But.
And then we walked out triumphant and said, I'm sorry, Melissa Barrera. We love you. And then we listened to the In the Heights soundtrack in the car and we said, she's still bad in that.
The role wasn't made for her.
That was like early on. Like, had she done anything before that? Really?
I'm unsure.
I'd like to think no.
I still listen to that one song.
Yeah.
The elevated train.
Yeah, what is that song called?
It Won't Be Long Now?
I think
that's what it is.
Yeah. Kills.
Oh my gosh, she was born in Mexico.
I feel like I knew that.
I didn't know that.
How old is she?
She is 33.
Ben, I'm not even kidding.
Younger.
If you put a gun to my head and asked me what age she was, I was going to say 33.
I would have said like 30, 29.
I mean, she could be 19. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I was getting Jesus's death age from her.
Yeah. That's so... Yeah. Okay, so before In the Heights, she had 5 film credits to her name.
Oh.
They were all in Mexico.
Okay.
Same
So
with
this was
one,
her
two,
first.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 TV show where she was the main role or a recurring role in all of them.
Oh.
And
Was it a little like Mexican
all
soap
from
action?
Mexico. They have to be because this is 119 episodes.
I was going to say
they're
that.
all telenovas.
Yeah.
She was in
love a
124
telenovela.
episodes of this one. So
she should have done Jane the Virgin.
She did it all.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
But
In
that's
the
also a
Heights
very
was
different
her
ball game.
First, like,
Yeah.
real, not real. That's awful to say. Oh my God. Like
Racist.
American production.
American, probably like English speaking.
English speaking. It looks it considering all of the other ones have Spanish
Okay,
titles.
yeah, that's a very different skill.
So yeah, In the Heights was definitely her first.
Look,
US
if you got me to act in another language,
Hollywood.
it's over. I'm not doing that. I can't do it.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll give it to her. Maybe In the Heights was just... And Scream was like her second big one, too.
Yeah. Also, that's kind of crazy.
I know. Good for her, right?
Yeah, what the hell?
It's incredible.
What a transition.
I'm just going to like chalk it up to like she was starting out. She was getting the hang of
Getting
it.
a bearing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Wait.
now we're here.
Yeah. Carmen, what language was that in? Spanish?
It was a mix. It was both English and Spanish, I believe.
Okay, yeah. That's what I recall too, because at the end we were like, maybe Spanish is
true. Maybe she's
her
just
niche.
better in her native language. We
which
did say
would
that.
make sense.
And she would be. And she
Yeah.
is. She was great.
That would be
in
true.
it.
She was great.
Because it does take place in Mexico.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
So true. That's true, maybe. But
also she was good in
in
this.
Scream, and she was good in this.
She was good in this.
So
I like
maybe
her.
she's getting her footing. She's figuring it out.
She's doing it.
That's what's happening.
Exactly. No, I liked it.
Yeah, I liked
That's
her.
my summary.
Who was your favorite character in the
Ooh.
character and then actor? Like, whose performance did you like the best, and what character did you like the best?
Character? I feel like either Abigail or Katherine Newton's character.
Okay. I think character would be Katherine Newton's character for me.
Katherine Newton was my instinct, but also Abigail's fun.
Yeah, Abigail is fun. I
like her.
agree.
Performance? I don't know.
I know who I didn't love,
Who?
and I didn't dislike this character's or this actor's performance. It was just compared to the rest, it felt a little off for me, and that was Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
I don't know why, though. Like, I can't put into words.
I mean, his character was kind of like stilted and weird, so I don't know if it's the character or if it's his portrayal.
Could be, but that's the thing. I actually think I liked the character,
Yeah.
but I don't know. In terms of performance, like, everyone was good.
Everyone's good.
Maybe Katheryn, maybe Dan.
I would put Kathryn above Dan.
I think I would too. Katheryn killed.
But I'm also like maybe Alisha.
And to boot, to say that she was like 14 years old when she did
that's
this.
insane.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I think honestly character and also performances in between.
You
Alicia
just
and
love a
Kathryn.
titular character.
I love a titular character. I love a girly.
No, I can totally agree with that. I think she's for sure up there for me. She killed.
How do you feel about Dan Stevens in general?
He's so hit or miss for me.
Okay, I completely agree.
Like, aggressively hit or miss for me.
I totally agree. I have been on the fence for a bit, but I liked him in this.
I also don't understand him because he takes on some of the weirdest roles that I'm just like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, what is he doing in Eurovision?
Wait, you're so right. I forgot he was in that.
Yeah.
I
And, like,
mentally erased him from that.
he's also the Beast.
He's the Beast. He's in Legion.
And he's in the new Godzilla versus King Kong movie.
He is?
Yeah. So I'm like,
Who is
what?
he?
He's just like one of the guys.
All right.
So I'm like, what's his agent doing?
I need to know what kind of career he's trying to get for himself.
That's really what I want to know.
Is he trying to pick a lane, or is he still at the stage in his career where he's like, I'm just gonna yes and accept everything?
You know what I feel like
maybe he's Michael Caineing and just saying yes to everything.
Okay, I think he's gonna turn into sort of a Jared Leto.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Negatively.
Well, how could that be positive, Ben?
No, I do. I think he's gonna turn into sort of like a Jared Leto-esque, like actor. I don't know. I'm scared.
I hope not.
I mean, honestly, if he did, I wouldn't be too devastated because I don't really care. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not too invested in his career.
I agree. I thought he was good in Legion. I don't think he's good as the Beast.
Yeah, he's not.
No, but like Emma Watson is not good in that movie either.
He just will like appear, and I'm like, okay, Dan Stevens is here too, I guess.
I agree. I also, his American accent is good, but I find him annoying as an American normally. I prefer him
that's
when
like our
he
Daisy
plays
Edgar
English.
Jones.
That's like who?
That's like our Daisy Edgar Jones.
You're right.
We don't like her when she's American.
No, we love her when she's Southern.
We love her when she's Southern.
We love her when she's Southern.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't dislike Dan Stevens. He's sort of just like okay, you're here too.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was in this movie until I walked in and it started.
I saw him doing some press with Katherine Newton where he was being kind of annoying, if I'm being honest.
Really? What did he do?
Yeah, she was like trying to film something and he was like, "Oh, you're filming?" I was like, "Yeah, get off it, Dan."
Was he doing a joke though?
I think he was, but I was like, "You're not." I don't know. He was just annoying.
Because the cast seems like pretty close. It's pretty cute.
Okay, fine. Like maybe it was a little joke, but I was like, stop being a little curmudgeon. You're an actor. You can't be opposed to being on camera. You're literally doing press for this movie in front of a camera. Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah. He could be lovely.
There is one huge
He's got great eyes
that we have not mentioned yet. And I've been holding off.
What?
Can we talk about that absolutely insane cameo?
What cameo?
In the end?
Who plays her dad?
Yes.
Who was that?
Matthew Good.
Who's Matthew Good?
You're gonna have a heart attack.
I'm not gonna lie, when he walked in, I was like, he gives famous.
Okay,
like he should be famous.
So
Who's
Matthew Good to me, my Matthew Good is Chasing Liberty.
Okay, I know Chasing Liberty.
Yeah, but he's been in Stoker, The Imitation Game.
Matthew Good.
Silent Night with Keira Knightley.
Oh, no, I super know him. He's a guy whose face I just always see and don't really know his name.
No, I love Matthew Good. I'll go to a movie for Matthew Good.
Leap Year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
A Discovery of Witches. Can't say I know that one.
He was in that new one that came out that you saw.
Freud's Last Session. Yeah. Mid.
He's in Ordeal by Innocence, the Agatha Christie.
Oh, yep. Kingsman?
He's in so much. Like, he's genuinely in so much.
Silent Night. Did you say that one?
Just said that. Yeah. But no, I love Matthew Good.
Abigail.
And it's because of Chasing Liberty is what did it for me. But I'm
not gonna lie, like when someone shows up and just like the presence of them,
they're famous,
and the vibe in the movie, and I'm like, who is that guy?
You're like, should I be like
I should know
fangirling right now?
Yeah. I was like, but like had no idea.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna lie. Well, he's dressed up so weird, first of all.
He is. The second I Googled a photo, I was like, oh yeah, I know that guy. But when I saw him in like vamped up form, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, because I won't lie, when I first saw him, immediately I was like, is it? Like,
yeah,
it very well could not be Matthew Good.
Mm-hmm. That's why when you said cameo, I was like, I know the exact moment you're talking about.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you the man.
Yeah, no, I lost it. I was like, Matthew Good, what are you doing here? But what a fun little thing. What a weird cameo though. Like, why?
What a random cameo.
It's not like they're setting up a sequel. Well, they might be. I don't know.
Could be.
That's like set around him, but who knows? They could very well be. Yeah.
Though also, okay, so this was the thing that I didn't realize from watching the movie. Do you know who he is?
Dracula?
Oh, I didn't pick up that he was Dracula.
Right, yeah. It is Dracula, right?
Yeah. I fully did not get that. I just thought he was a vampire.
Oh, no.
I just thought he was a big vampire, but then I saw that it was based on the book Dracula's Daughter.
Yeah.
So that tipped me off. So I think that was the reason that it was like, whoa, because he's Dracula. You know him. It
didn't tip me off until, like, the ending scene is when I was like, oh. Because of the whole, like, they did a huge focus on, like, the big statue in the back and stuff. And
I think I'm just cinematically dumb.
I think you're just taking it all in, you know?
It was a lot. Yeah. It was a sensory overload.
Yeah, but that's okay. Thank you. And also, you were your brain was just racking on who's this man.
I was like, who the hell is this man under all that prosthetic?
You were busy.
I was busy. Thank you. I also quite truly haven't really looked at my notes, so I'm going to say I wrote a lot, but I think a lot of them were unnecessary. Katherine Newton thinking onions were garlic is
that was funny. No, I laughed so hard at that.
Me too. The scene where Abigail is dancing with the headless body of Angus Cloud. Crazy. Yeah.
No, that's the thing. It was such wild imagery that it was so good.
So good. Blood budget went nuts.
Yep.
Abigail's an empath. Katherine Newton when she was possessed, like when she, when they did that like dual dance.
Yeah.
Possessed, vamped up face looks like Miley Cyrus.
I have no recollection of it looking like Miley Cyrus. I'm definitely need to look at it again.
Video viewers, I'm going to try and find a photo of her vamped up and do a side-by-side with Miley Cyrus. Sound off in the comments below. Do you think they look the same? Is one Hannah or is one Miley? Let me know.
That's so funny. I would like to know too, so send it to me too.
I absolutely will. And yeah. Okay, my very first opening note was, okay, Barbie does Swan Lake.
I know, I love Tchaikovsky. How fun.
Yes.
Oh, she's a ballerina. We didn't even mention that.
She's fully a ballerina.
But it's not that important to the plot.
It's not. I think they just, like, wanted to play Tchaikovsky and give it, like, that cinematic feel, so they were like, let's do ballet.
Yeah, and, like, she's a young girl. Little girls do ballet all the time. So.
I did ballet.
Exactly.
Yeah. But she's also, like, on stage doing a solo, so I'm like, is she a professional ballerina?
No, I think that was like her group's like performance, and it was to show that her dad didn't show up for her performance.
Well, yeah, okay. I'm not gonna, also because I went in not really super knowing what the movie was about before I saw it. One of my first notes was, why is she home alone? So like, yeah, her dad's just like nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
It is actually because she's probably 400 years old. And her dad's Dracula and booked and busy.
Yeah,
doesn't really care.
But also, I think in our heads, because we didn't quite know yet, it was supposed to be.
Girl
her
alone.
dad didn't come to her performance. Yeah. She's going in a pickup car by herself.
Yeah, that's very true. And then goes home to an empty mansion.
Yeah.
Her room is bomb though.
No, right?
So good.
That house was beautiful.
That house is stunning. Her bedroom is like my dream. A little canopy bed. Insane.
But what did you give this on Letterboxd? What was your rating?
I gave it 4 stars.
I also gave it 4 stars, and I stand by that.
Yeah, me too. It was so fun.
A solid movie, like very good.
I agree. A lot of comparisons to Ready or Not. You know what I kind of like feel like was the vibe as well? Megan.
They were inspired by Megan.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
They were.
I did not know that. But like, yeah, kid horror fun.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
Anytime you put a kid in a horror movie now, it's going to be like.
Yeah. With a female name as the title.
Abigail, Megan, who is it?
Yeah. Abigail was one of the names of my prospective children that I created growing up.
Really?
Yeah,
because of the A names. Yeah,
the A names, they're all good. Like, I wanted to be like the Kardashian dynasty, except I didn't know they existed at the time. I just wanted a bunch of A's, Ashley, and then the twins, Ariel and Abigail.
You really were counting on twins.
Oh, for sure. I said 28, I'm gonna have Ashley, and then at age 30, I'm gonna have the twins.
That's crazy of you, but
yeah, because 28's in like 2 years. So
I mean, yeah, so get working.
Ashley's not coming. I'm so sorry to break it to you.
Ashley. Poor girl.
Ashley, baby, hold your horses for perhaps ever. I know they're now dogs. But maybe this movie can replace my child.
Yeah, this is your twin. One of them.
So true, yeah.
One of them. Maybe you just put Abigail first. This is her, and then it's Ashley and Ariel as the twins.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's fine.
I'm sorry, plans that you make in A to set in stone. Can't change them.
That's true. That's true. You actually
History's
can't.
been written.
You're
Sorry.
so right.
Thank you.
But no, I personally think you should go watch this movie.
I agree.
I think it's a fun one in theaters too, because there's a lot of suspenseful moments that it's sort of fun to do in like pitch black silence.
Very true. Very true. I was gasping.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I didn't scream, but
I was
could've.
like,
for sure. For the audio listeners.
oh yes, I was jaw
Ben's
dropped,
recoiling.
hands on my chin.
I feel like we're doing like Instagram descriptions for the blind.
Oh my god! Or like when Siri will read out to you, she'll be like, "Annabelle sent you a photo of Ben with his hands on his chin." But yeah, I think you should go see it in theaters if you can't.
I agree.
It'll probably be in streaming so soon. That's the one thing I hate about the movie industry at this point.
Yeah.
Like why?
But also, if you can't, why?
Yeah,
Go.
You're not that busy.
Grow up.
Annabelle's in 2 shows right now, and she went and saw Abigail.
That's so true, actually. I finished a show last night. I went and I took notes.
And recorded a podcast episode about it. So
exactly. So
if
get on our
she can
level.
do that, then you... And I'm in the middle of finals, so...
Ben did an exam this morning.
Yeah, I took an exam like 4 hours
Ben's
ago.
a lawyer.
So if we
What's
can do
your
that,
excuse?
then you can watch it in theaters.
You could sit down for what, 90 minutes? She's a shorty, or like an hour 49.
Yeah, go on like your Tuesday discount days. Go today.
Go today.
Yeah.
Wait, is that why our podcast comes out on Tuesdays?
Yeah, for the discount movies.
Cheap
so
Ass
everybody
Tuesday?
can go see it on the discount day. That's totally what it is.
That was always the plan.
Yep. There's no other hidden innuendo underneath it.
Absolutely not. Look no further.
But with that, I think we might have wrapped up everything
I think she's tied into a little bow.
I think she is. And a little vampire bow.
A bow.
A little ballet bow.
Oh, cute. Cute. All right.
All right.
Well.
Sick.
And see you next.
Oh my gosh, I just hit the microphone too.
Oh my god, abusive Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.